my dear friend and my dear friends. So, without wasting much of the time, I would like to brief about the cancer. At the beginning of the century, the cancer was the sixth epidemic disease, but it now stands in the second position. So recently we have celebrated International Cancer Day on Feb 4th. So for the 3 successive years, the theme of the World Cancer is We Can, I Can. So briefing about the cancer is just as previously mentioned by our speakers. So it's of 2 types. Either it increases by genetically or by tumor, which creates multiple cells in our body. So I would like to subdivide into 2 types. One is primary preventive measures and the other one is secondary preventive measures. Coming to primary preventive measures, we go with the public awareness and education. The need of hour is to create awareness among the people rather than creating or posting it publicly or saying it by orally. It cannot. So the need of hour is to educate and moralize the people. What is cancer? How it is affects. As being a technocrats and we all of different streams, so educating people is must, whether it may be anyone of different streams. So, and the second point is legislative and political measures. So, we all know that smoking leads to cancer. We find this in ads when we go for theaters, etc. But still, the Cigarette Regulation Act, which came into existence in 1976 through the government, though the government is not making enough step to make forward and to eradicate the smoking, and this is one of the major leading issues in India. Coming to our southern India, whereas from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, here the people suffer from gastric cancer. And third is the creation of cigarette cessation awareness. 90% of the people who gave up cigarette smoking is upon their voluntarily, as the researchers and the reports study shows this only. And coming to 4th point is about the political and international correlations. So it cannot be achieved by one step or one person making a move forward. So it has to be a community where the global and international standards should meet equivalent, so that the people can reach out easily. And coming to secondary preventive measures is at the early hours, it's of cancer registration, getting cured, and by the doctor, meeting an oncologist, one who is an expert in dealing with the cancers. And getting registered in the cancer is there at Bombay Research Institute for Cancer Registration. It's one of there in Mumbai. So people register over there. And coming to the drugs, which are very costly, though people cannot afford it, Herceptin, hematite, and there are another few drugs which cost from 75,000 to 1 lakh. So I think government should take initiation to reduce the cost and provide for the below poverty line. So we cannot expect that all the diseases can be occurred for only the high class people of the society. Anyone is equal in the society, so it can be affected. So, and the next cause for the cancer is instant. The word instant is right now each and every person follows instant. So this instant should be replaced by long term while taking foods. So as we are all familiar with this, I would like to shortlist few don'ts while to avoid cancer. So first is don't use tobacco. So we are all very familiar that though we are aware of what we are doing, but still we put a wrong step. So avoid using of tobacco. Then second one goes for having a healthy diet. Healthy diet in the sense not eating the pizzas, burgers, or something etc. Prepared homemade food is what can avoid to most of the cases. So we all very familiar with all these things, but we still put a wrong step. So I would like to mention that instead of going for the restaurants or dinners, other vacations, eat cooked food so that it can avoid. And third one is don't use consuming of alcohol. So consuming of alcohol also can cause liver cancer, which is the most deadliest. We are all familiar with this word, but still it goes on. So, and getting immunized. So when we are affected by any disease, we don't reach out the doctors immediately. We take some time in our homes, we do our own medication. So that should be avoided. Avoiding risky behaviors. So we are all, for women especially, not having multiple sex partners. So this is not a sensitive issue as we are grown up. So I would like to quote this one. So for this and to having a balanced diet of what we call a rich protein diet-based food, consuming leafy vegetables, etc., and avoid eating of red meat. So we are all very enthusiastic, and our mouth fingers very when we see non-veg. So it should be avoided. While we should completely avoid eating of non-veg. And the third one, the last one goes is of getting frequently contact with the doctor. So why when we are affected only with the disease we go and meet the doctor, but it's not fair. So if we have any problem related, it may be small or big, consulting a doctor is must. So with all these factors we cannot eradicate. So it makes a point or sense in ourselves that creating awareness and spreading the messages through it either may be social media or anything circumstances should be in a right used manner rather than creating wrong information or posting it publicly. And lastly, I would like to conclude with the two major achievements by scientists of our one is of foreign and another is for Hyderabad. So Dr. Ashwin Nangya, University of Hyderabad, has found out a new drug. It's not a drug, it's a chemical of perhaps we have influenced by our ancient traditions. So that's why we have gone through this what we call curcumin. It's turmeric powder. It's curcumin is a scientific name. So for turmeric powder, they have derived a drug which can sustain for gastric cancer about 0.2 to 0.5%, and that's a great achievement for our state. So give a big round of applause for Dr. Ashwin Nangya, University of Hyderabad. And perhaps the scientists have making a move forward in a progressive way to eradicate the cancer. Cellulose apide displaced, CICST. So it's another drug type which are induced into the cells. So it strongly eradicates the cancer prevailing up to the mark. So I would like to thank the ISKCON Kukatpally and the Mahashringa College of Engineering for conducting such awareness program by educating ourselves and educating our society. Thank you one and all.